Hello everybody, it's me, TONIK TZW. We're getting to the end of the arena replays, although this is one of the earlier ones. I've gone backwards through the list, you see. This one isn't all about me, it's Good Game Gorizia, and I would like to say a big thank you to Valhalla7777 for being the most epic teammate in this game, because he did play outstandingly well, and I think he deserves an absolute huge GG. So there we are. I'm in the tier 6 Cossack, he's in the Gorizia. We've got an Akazuki Belfast, Akazuki Fiji, and a Scone and a New Orleans. So torps, radar, sonar, and sonar. Lots of HE spamming guns out there, and I want to stay well out of the way of all of those, because I need this Gorizia to do the hard work for me. I'll do the snaky bit, and he can do the guns bit. So we're here on Land of Fire. We spawned on the southwest corner, and I'm telling him that I'm going to pick up the booster and head up that direction, and I'm looking behind me and hoping he's engaging his engines and he's going to follow me. And very thankfully, he does. Now, I ping the map, I call targets, I call shots. I don't know if he was actually paying attention or whether or not he was just doing his own thing, but I like to think that the map pings and things like that were all little ways of helping him get his guns where they needed to be, ready to take the shots. We push around the island, using it for a little bit of cover, pushing out wider. We're going to move and pick up a couple of boosters along the way, and there is a reload booster out there coming up as well. But first, we'll head out for this steering gear booster. I don't know how agile the Gorizia is. I haven't seen it in many games, but I do seem to recall that it has the sap shells on it. I do often speak up on microphone in the games to see if somebody is listening in, but with this being an international game, I know not everybody is English, so all I can hope is the map pings and commands on the command wheel are in his own language and he understands those. We can see a smoke screen off in the distance, and we are heading towards that. We are trying to get a target spotted to let this guy get to work. We're going to pick up that rudder shift, and we're going to turn in and push towards that reload booster, all the while pinging the map with where we want to be or where the closest target is. So there is a bit of a scrap going on out here by the looks of it. We've got 2 smoke screens now, and the best part about this is, with ships burning through their smoke screens, it A, gives us the opportunity to push in and get close to them, and B, it means that their consumable may very well be on cooldown by the time that we get into a fight with them. There is the Fiji, he is spotted, so I'm thinking the destroyer is in the smoke screen, the Fiji is out of his, unless of course he sailed through it accidentally, which can happen. But we see the fire coming out of those smoke screens, and we are literally going to steal this one from under their noses. I want to push in close to the corner, but not so close that I get spotted by that Fiji. These guys are very much tied up in their own battle. No attention and no sight on what is going on around them. Now, if anybody was paying attention to the minimap, they would have seen that booster disappear, and that should be a warning to them that there is something else going on out here. I'm turning out just in time to stay on the limit of detection with the Fiji, but he goes out to orange team. There is the Belfast. He's out of range for my torpedoes, so I'm going to push in towards the cap, because one team is completely gone. We know where orange team are, now we need to look for the other guys. I ping the map, tell them that my closest target has changed. We see the reload booster disappear from the minimap, and we're going to, I think, slap a set of torpedoes out there because somebody is pushing in, and when we touch the cap, the chances are they're going to want to push in a little bit closer. Belfast has dropped from detection, so he's obviously running a very good concealment build on that ship. We see a spotter plane go up. All of the reload boosters have gone now. We get the Belfast spotted again. There's also a ship pushing into the cap behind us. Bit of a sticky situation going on here because we don't want to get sandwiched between these two teams. Belfast is taking fire, torpedoes coming through behind us, and now our closest target is off to our right, behind there. Narrowly avoid those torpedoes by running straight. That was a bit of a butt clenching moment, but 3 sets of torpedoes with a spread of 3, that has got to be, I think, the Akatsuki. Or is it the Scone? It could be the Scone. There is a New Orleans. I get spotted. There's the Akatsuki. So those torpedoes came from the Scone. The Belfast is behind me, firing my guns. I know I'm going to get spotted. This guy is lined up for torpedoes. My sonar's running. I'm staying guns on him. I take shells from somewhere I don't know. But that is it. He is gone. The torpedoes are running on Valhalla 777. Now we are going to push in. The Belfast is in a smoke. We've dropped detection. Now it is time to contest the cap, find this New Orleans, find the Scone, and see what we can do about these guys. It is 2v2v1. There are torpedoes flying all over the damn shop. So I am going to get in front of this guy and screen with a little bit of distance. I wish I had a smoke screen available, but I've obviously just burned through that one. But we are contesting. I'm going to push out in front of this guy, screen for torpedoes, see if we can get the Scone spotted as well. Because him hitting that New Orleans is not resetting the cap, which means the destroyer is holding the points. He goes out of distance. I'm still undetected. I put my torpedoes where I think the destroyer is going to be, and I'm looking to push down towards this island and use it for cover, pinging the map as we go. So everything's kind of happening at once here. We see the Belfast off at the distance, and now we are going to push this Scone. There he is. So he has got quite a high detection or low concealment, whichever way you look at it. The torpedoes were looking very good, but he manages to back up and just get between them. Could have been a dev strike, but not today. So we drop detection with the corner of the island. We get spotted again because some of these islands are a little bit funny with how they handle your spotting. Some of them looks like you should be covered, but you're not. I think that this guy thinks that I'm going to go around the back of the island and try and push him out into the Gorizia. So I'm going to play a different way because, as you can see, I'm not located, which means that that guy is not running twist and track or perceptive. So we put the torpedoes across the front just in case he does decide to come out. We've come out a little bit further than we were originally so that we aren't going to get spotted straight away, we hope. And now we're going to push back around on him. He's in a turn. Look at where his guns are. His guns are to the left hand side. He was expecting me coming round behind him. No, I'm not. I'm on the other side. And here we go. Shots on. He's on fire. Shots on again. And that is him gone. We fix our engine. Our sonar's on cooldown. We're worried about torpedoes coming out now because those things can have quite a fast reload on them. We know where the Belfast was, we know roughly where he is, so we are going to push back out to the opposite side of this cap, and we're going to look at using this island, because I imagine that that Belfast is holding a radar just for me. Torpedoes out to the gap. We can't see him. We know he's running a very good concealment bid, and I just wanted to have a little bit of cover. There is still, what, 5 3/4 minutes on the game to play. It is down to 2v1. I'm confident that we can get the win here, but I'm also very wary of the Belfast coming in. And there he is. Those torpedoes are running right where we thought he might come, but holding off on the guns, he could easily straight line those looking at the gaps between them. But taking fire from the Gorizia, he sails straight into one to give the win to blue team. Isn't it funny how everybody's always on the blue team when they're in game? But there we go, we get a victory, as you can see from the low total XP there. It was one of the very early games that I played where we were finding our feet. But an amazing piece of team play from Valhalla 777 in the Gorizia, and I really do appreciate that win played together. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this one. We've got a couple more to get through before we have the full list ready to drop on YouTube. So please do hang around, click here, have a look at the playlist, pick a video, sit and watch it. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, leave me a comment, and if you haven't already done so, please do click subscribe and help support the channel. Until next time, take care and goodbye.